Aloha! Welcome to part 2 of Mega Man 7 8-Bit Edition. And it's been a while since part 1. A lot of people sent me questions about the Mega Man series, and now I'm going to answer them as best as I can. If I sound a little different, it's because I have braces now. Yay. I don't sound too different, though. At least not from what I hear myself say. But let's get into it, why don't we? This is Cloudman stage, and it reminds me of Airman stage. Question. What's your favorite Maverick from the X series in Battlescope? In terms of battling the Maverick itself, Magna Centipede hands down. Magna Centipede in Mega Man X2 had this very fun system where he would occasionally try and grab you with his tail, and that would drain Mega Man X of a power. Like every now and then it would take away something. It would take away his dashing, it would take away his wall climbing, it would make him heavier, it would make him not charge his buster. Every time you got grabbed by his tail, it was unbelievably, like, awkward and unfortunate, and it didn't help your game at all, in any way, shape, or form. But I also love the way he attacked you as well. He would occasionally teleport around the room, he would shoot those three spiked things at you that were fun to dodge, and I especially love the one attack where he shoots these two or three energy things that circle you, and eventually they'd stop right before they tried to rush at you, and when they stopped you had to notice where you could get away from it, and I thought that was the funnest Maverick boss fight of the whole series. Magna Centipede, I enjoy fighting to death. He's pretty awesome. So yeah. Favorite Robot Master in the series? I never really thought of Robot Masters in that way. I never really like all of them more, or at least I don't like more than one of them. What I'm trying to say is, I don't like one of them more than the others, okay? I guess if I would have to choose one, it would be Cutman. I don't know why I really like Cutman for some reason. His simple design, the red underwear, the white body, you know, the scissors on his head. I also like in the American cartoon how his voice was, so... I'll make paper dolls out of you! That's probably nothing like it, but yeah. There's Proto Man again. You have to run into him in Cloud Man, then Turbo Man, and then Shade Man in order to get his Proto Shield and fight him. And there's Eddie. Eddie was not in the original Mega Man 7, but he is in this 8-bit version. A nice little 8-bit addition to the game. Anywho, next question. Favorite Maverick? Duff McWhalen, only because of his name. Just because of his name, that's it. Duff McWhalen kicks ass just for that. My favorite Mega Man series, and my least favorite Mega Man series. By the way, this whole video is going to be about favorites, because I wanted to organize the questions and get into the other ones later. My favorite Mega Man series is the Classic series. It has the best music, it has the best characters, and it's just got that charm and that gameplay that everyone loves. And, you know, the Classic series, you can't go wrong. This is why Mega Man is popular, and for good reason. It's an epic series. My least favorite is Battle Network. The Battle Network series, and don't get me wrong, I like RPGs. I love playing the Final Fantasy games. I love Tales of Symphonia. I loved Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic and stuff like that. I love RPGs. But the thing is, Battle Network, to me, was just too slow and too boring a game. Every level in the whole series, of the 6 games they released on the Game Boy Advance, 6 fucking games, that's crazy. They were all the same. You're always running through this cyberspace that just looks exactly like the other cyberspace you were in before it, and it just confuses the fuck out of me sometimes, because I'll get lost. If you showed me a screenshot from any of the 6 games, I wouldn't know where the fuck you are. There's no fucking chance I would. I think even a good, like, devoted fan of the games wouldn't know where you are. I mean, they're so fucking similar. And I just didn't like that you didn't earn experience when you killed enemies. At least not in Battle Network 1, which was the only one I really tried to play. I didn't even finish Battle Network 1 because I just got bored of it. I couldn't finish it. I hated it. You don't get experience from what I know. All I know is you get moves, like different moves to attack enemies with from the guys you kill, and you get Zenny, which is the currency in the game. And I found that I would get so much Zenny that I bought everything I needed to buy long before I ever needed them. But, like, it didn't make me stronger or anything. It just, Long story short, I just don't like the Battle Network series. I never got into it. It was too slow for me. It was too repetitive. And it just wasn't my cup of tea, what could I say? And I meant to die there. It's so I can get Rush Jet in the other area, which you can't get to from continuing this pathway. But I mentioned this in my original Mega Man 7 LP. Anywho, where was I? my least favorite stage from the 8-bit era. Heatman in Mega Man 2. Heatman's stage, if you don't have item 2, is ridiculous. They have that stupid block puzzle that I could never, ever, ever, ever get. I have, even still to this day, never beaten that level without item 2. I don't know how anyone could. I mean, that, first off, the blocks that reappear and disappear all the time, they're glitchy. Sometimes you should have landed on the block, and you'll just fly off for no fucking reason. And it just goes on forever. I never wanted to memorize the pattern, and even if I did, like, I'll know I'm gonna forget it later, so fuck it, you know? I never play Heatman stage without item number 2. It's just because of that puzzle that it's my least favorite, just because of that. I know I have item 2 for when I play it, and then it's no problem, but, you know, if we're talking bare bones by itself, then yeah, I just fucking hate that level. It's awful. Heatman can suck my dick. My least favorite boss from the 8-bit era. Turret Boss for Mega Man 2. I just hate the idea. Like, he's not particularly that challenging when you know what to do. It's just, when I think back to Mega Man 2, I think back to the first time I played the game. And the first time I played the game, I reached the Turret Boss with not all my Crash Bombs. And you can only kill the Turret Boss with Crash Bombs. You need every single one of them, too. You need all 7. And, fuck, you know. Like, it was so hard to defeat that fucking Turret Boss without the weapon. And by hard, I mean it's impossible. What am I saying? But it just pissed me off to no end. I hate bosses that limit the way you fight them. Like, if you can't beat him, then it's not a fun boss. There shouldn't be there shouldn't be no way to beat a boss. There should be always a way. The Mega Buster should have worked. I don't care. It's just retarded. So I just hate the Turret Boss based on that alone. Yeah, Yellow Devil's kinda harder, but you can cheese Yellow Devil. And hey, at least you can kill Yellow Devil with the Mega Buster. If you don't have a Luck Beam, you can still kill him with a fucking Mega Buster. But I digress. My favorite final boss from the Classic era and the X era. Well, my favorite final boss so far would be Mega Man 9. Yes, the new Mega Man 9 that came out in 2008. Dr. Wily's dinosaur ship, and then he gets out into his capsule form, which shoots those blue energy balls. I always thought that was like the coolest Wily machine ever. When I saw that fucking dinosaur thing, dinosaur lizard skull robot thing he was driving, my jaw hit the floor. I was like, just holy shit, that is the coolest thing. Plus, I love the fact that in the first form of the fight, you have to shoot his eggs back at him with the the Mega Buster. And it's kind of like a game of catch, you know? I'd never seen that in a boss fight before, and I enjoyed that. I liked Mega Man 9's final boss so much. As for the X series, my favorite final boss is from the original Mega Man X, Sigma Bare Bones. First he sends his dog at you. Very villainous, very awesome. I don't know why that's so awesome to me. I just have this fun idea of Sigma in his throne room with a fucking dog, you know? And then he just sicks it on you. I think that's fucking awesome. Get him! And then Sigma comes at you full throttle with a lightsaber, bouncing off the walls like a fucking madman. And at this point, we never saw Sigma for the first time ever. You never see him at all during the game, except for, like, the stage select screen. You don't know what to expect of Sigma when you reach him. And then when you finally get to him, he's just Jedi fucking master, bouncing all over the rooms and shit. And it's so badass, I love that. And then, to make things even better, his head is the only thing that remains when you kill him. And then he turns, his head floats, and he goes into a giant wolf version of his wolf. I mean, a giant robot version of his wolf. And he's a big fucking mecha wolf Sigma trying to crush you with these electric hands, and they crush you, and that's awesome. I love Sigma. That was the best fucking final boss ever. By the way, that Rocket Punch, you didn't get that the way I just got it here in the 8-bit version. In the original Mega Man 7, you had to use Rush Search to dig it up. In this one, I guess the creators put a special trap where you shock it with electric shock, and then it just pops out the Rocket Punch. And to be honest, I didn't know about that the first time I played this. I was so confused. It wasn't until later when I looked up some YouTube videos that I found out about it, but still, that was a pretty hard way to find that. But yeah, Mega Man 9, favorite final boss. Mega Man X, the original, final favorite Sigma. That was so badass. And for the last question until this video is over, what would you order your favorite to least favorite Mega Man of the classic series? The original Mega Man is my favorite. It's got that charm to it, it's got the music, I love it. Mega Man 9, really loved that game when it came out, still love it to this day, it's fucking awesome. Mega Man 9 is 2. Mega Man 7, I love Mega Man 7. Mega Man 3, Mega Man 6. I always go back to 6 for some reason, I have no idea why. Mega Man 2, Mega Man 8, Mega Man 4, Mega Man 5, and then Mega Man in base.